Good evening, everyone. Thank you very much for the honour and the privilege to just add a few reflections tonight as we pause to remember those we've lost to violence born of ignorance, fear and hatred. And I pay my respects to all who've passed in this way and to you who survived them. I acknowledge that we meet on the land of the Ngunnawal people, and that reminds us of a continuing culture that's been here for a long time, and that sex and gender diversity has been with us in all times and places where people form communities and societies and cultures. And I also acknowledge all of you as special guests and our community leaders who are present here tonight as well. I don't claim in any way to represent the experience of my trans sisters and brothers who are here tonight. Neither the depth of your pain nor the heights of your joy that you've experienced in the journeys that have brought you this far. I know only my own journey, sometimes troubled with gender, and the experience that victimisation on the basis of difference, with something that's as foundational to our sense of ourselves and our place in the world that sex, gender and sexuality represents. And through that struggle that I've shared with many survivors of sexual violence, and reflecting on that time in my professional life, as well as in my personal life, I'd like to thank Agenda and this community for the role that you've played in helping get that distinction between the effects of sexual violence and the experience of gender identity, which has been confused for our community for a very long time. As a fringe dweller on the edge of your community, I do want to acknowledge and thank you for your collective struggle to see equality mean practical things, such as the successes that you've achieved in the last year and over the last few years as a community. As well as the pain and the losses that brings too. I'm in mind tonight to think of the quote, and I cannot remember its source, but I'm very sure someone in the room will, about first to thy own self be true. Who said that? Does it go back to the Greeks?
No, it's Shakespeare.
Hamlet, thank you.
Mine is as well.
You know, perhaps as cliched as that might be, but first to thine own self be true. That's the struggle. That's the struggle for a community that knows that difference can be excluded, that difference can be the focus of victimisation and harm, but that to not be true to thyself is actually at least as filled with the same violence to self that may come from others who don't share and accept the journey that some of us are on. I recall just only a couple of years ago meeting downstairs in the coffee shop below Sexual Health and Family Planning with Peter and others from AGA, and starting a conversation right at the point in time where this organisation was moving its focus from a consultative mechanism around engagement with government and law reform into the influence that you are now having and exerting in many organisations, mainstream organisations, to improve awareness, access and responsiveness to the needs of sex and gender diverse individuals and couples and communities. An organisation is an institution, not the sum of the community, and I acknowledge that there are other trans groups, individuals and perspectives that can be present and are present in our community. But an organisation is also a manifestation of a community and a microcosm of it. Make no mistake, we need you collectively to be organised, because we are all enriched by your achievements, by the reminder that we are in the struggle of being true to ourselves together, and by the confrontation and celebration of difference within ourselves that meeting difference in others requires. So that we can see beyond, we can see our commonality and shared experience beyond the things that at first may seem to separate us. Great progress is being made, and still there is so much to do. Please know that at this time of remembering that you are supported by others who wish you well, are here for the part of the journey that we may share with you, to mourn, to learn, to celebrate and to remember. Thank you.
Both poetic and beautiful, and I know that Agenda and I think we can safely say our community generally is very grateful for the support of yourself and Shift Pact. So thank you again, team. I also want to acknowledge and thank the MPs and MLAs that came along this evening. We very much value your support. We did receive an apology from Warren Inch, who very much wanted to come along tonight, but sort of at the last minute was unable to do so. But he expressed his support for the Canberra sex and gender diverse community in a very personal and heartfelt way. So in absentia, thanks Warren. Okay, so you're nearly done with me. I've just got one or two administrative things for you. If you feel that you would like to join a gender agenda or would like to make a donation, feel free to come and see myself or Peter or any of the AGA representatives who have super classy name tags to organise that, and membership forms are over in the corner. If you have any questions, concerns, feedback, or you'd just like to have a sit down and talk about maybe what this day means for you, certainly feel most welcome to approach any of us and do that. Feel absolutely most welcome / vehemently encouraged to take a potted flower with you and to plant it in public space, take a photo of it, send that to us, and help us build our archive of memorials for, you know, our fallen sex and gender diverse family. Now go and eat and drink and mingle and enjoy, and thank you so much once again for joining us for TranzAustralia Remembrance 2011. And to round us out, we have some more brilliant musical numbers from Qwire. So let's give them another big thank you for all of this.